Guys, I'm really sorry. I didn't think that I'd be telling you this early into the crypto bull run. So the bear market's about to start. The bull market's finished. You can tell that officially by this 27.91% drop on Polkadot. You can tell by this 33.22% drop on Engine Coin. So I'm here to sort your head out, guys. Come on. All we've had is negativity over the past week. People's P&L has been looking bad. However, we had warning signs, we had indications, we had plenty of charts all pointing towards the same picture that we needed a crypto cool off. And I put this video out. When I put this video out a few days ago, guys, when was it? 11 days ago, warning signs were heading for an end of year crypto sell off. Guess what? Nothing but crap in the comments, permaballs in the comments, permaballs in the comments. And I'll say it again, any permaballs, you can go to a different channel, guys. I'm not going to be telling you to hold something for 2 years, for 3 years, for 4 years. I'm not going to be telling you to hold anything, but I'm going to be playing this bull market over the next 6, 9, potentially 12 months. No more than that. I want to be out of the crypto market pretty much fully within that period of time. I'm not running it into the bear market. I'm not running it into the 2.5 year accumulation phase. I'm not waiting for the next run. I want to play this run. So we're looking at what happens in Bitcoin. If it goes wrong into next week, what happens if it goes right into next week? I've got two indicators, not two indicators, guys, two charts that once they break out, that's going to give you the biggest indication of the fastest surge in alt season that we've had since 2021. Not only that, I've got 3 altcoins that I'm going to be looking at for you. Okay, let's start with the bigger picture, guys, with Bitcoin. And you see in the last video that I'd said that this was the one thing that was concerning me. We've got a big bearish divergence. This is the weekly time frame. The higher the time frame, the higher the conviction, the more likely it is to play out. So we've got this big bearish divergence on Bitcoin, and this signaled the end of the crypto bull run in 2021, in November 2021. However, time in the market's different. Things are a little bit different this time, guys. Remember, the markets rhyme, but they never repeat. So you've got to look for different clues. However, the time in the market is roughly the same if it plays out the same as previously. So this is concerning me, and this is something that needs to play out. And that's the reason why I said that I was expecting some kind of an end of year crypto sell-off. Now, when you look at this, guys, you can see, has this divergence actually played out yet? It hasn't played out yet, guys. We could get a pullback, and we could get a pullback to this support of 73,022. So there's a couple of ways that this can play out, guys. There's a couple of ways that this can play out. What you've got to think about is the rotation within the crypto market. You've got to remember, everybody goes into Bitcoin to start with. Then when there's confidence that we've got a new bull run, i.e. Bitcoin puts in its new all-time high, then you start seeing the rotation into altcoins. And you start seeing the rotation into altcoins from a different risk perspective. They'll go into the least risk, going into Ethereum, Solana. Then they'll go into higher risk, AVAX, Phantom. Then they'll go into degen risk. So you'll see the rotation of capital come from out of Bitcoin into the altcoins and then into different narratives within different alts. And that's why they all run differently, guys, between narratives. It's because liquidity is getting sucked out of one narrative and put back into the other narrative. Market can't just keep going up and adding capital and adding capital. So that's why you get your rotation. So you can see that we want to see how this is going to play out, guys. A couple of ways it could play out, because I talk about the rotation. You've got Bitcoin that's run since the 1st of January 2023, back end of November 2022, hasn't stopped since. So what you could potentially get is a slow grind down on Bitcoin, a slow grind down. And whilst that happens, the Bitcoin dominance will start pulling back and pulling back and pulling back, indicating that the altcoins are starting to go through that rotation and start outperforming Bitcoin. So ultimately, what we want, guys, for alt season is a first leg down to this midpoint here, 48.5%. Then I'm expecting a cool off at this point, and then I'm expecting the final surge of alt season to come all the way down to about 38, 39%, which coincides with these previous lows. That's going to act as strong support. So that's potentially what could happen, guys. Does it mean it will happen? No, it doesn't mean it will happen. You could get a nasty surge next week, which is just going to drop Bitcoin all the way down to 71,000. It could be nasty, it could be quick, and that could create a market reset. If that happens, whilst the dominance is increasing, guys, just be prepared. Your altcoin bag will get hit hard. So it's all about preparation, guys. We know we're expecting a pullback. Have you got enough capital to be able to take advantage of that pullback? Have you been preserving your capital? Because that's what this channel's about, guys, risk management techniques. So the two indications that's given me the real alt season. The first one, guys, is going to be the breakout of Ethereum of all-time highs. So you can see how far are we away. How far are we away? And why does this matter? 21.86% away from its all-time high. Why does this matter, guys? You can see Bitcoin runs, puts in its all-time high, the rotation begins. That's the biggest market cap. The rotation comes from Bitcoin into Ethereum. So you can see already that Bitcoin started to cool off. Where's the money going, guys? Into Ethereum. Ethereum's pumping. Ethereum's trying to follow Bitcoin and break its new all-time high. So once Ethereum breaks its all-time high, that's the second biggest market cap within crypto. That's identifying that one rotation's happened from Bitcoin, a rotation's happened from dollars. And people have got confidence to go into the least risk altcoin, which is Ethereum. So you see Ethereum pump, and then the next indication is going to be a breakout of the total three. So the total three is the total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin, excluding Ethereum. And people saying we're in alt season now. It depends what metric that you use to calculate alt season, but this is going to identify for me the real alt season is once we get a break, once we get a close above the previous all-time high, sitting at $1.13 trillion. So once we get a break and a close above there, I would expect a surge in the altcoins. And once we get a break and above, close of a break and close above total three, I'm expecting this big drop in dominance. So those are the two indicators that are going to confirm to me the real alt season. Once Ethereum breaks all-time high and holds, and once total three breaks all-time high and holds, then I would expect dominance to start dropping down rapidly. So the USDT dominance, and this is the other thing, guys, this is the other clue, look. I'd expected this to hit support. So it's hit support. And then we'd said, once the USDT dominance, that's the dominance of the US dollar tether, hits this strong support, you're likely to get a reaction and then a push up to the 50 moving average, the 20 moving average on the weekly chart, guys, and then a rejection. And that's what started to happen. If we zoom in on the daily, you can see it a bit more clearly. Sorry. You've not only had support, you've also got a bullish divergence. Bullish divergence are good, right? Not on USDT dominance. We want bearish on USDT dominance. So that's also given a bit of weight behind our thesis that we're going to get a bit of a push, a bit of a spike in USDT dominance. That means that people are coming out of altcoins, coming out of Bitcoin, going into USDT till we get to this rejection zone where they'll flow and rotate back out again. So it's all clues in the market, guys. Right, okay, 3 altcoins. What you got to remember with this, the 3 altcoins, what you've got to remember with this, guys, is first and foremost, how do you scale your position in? I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. How do you scale your position in? I usually tend to scale my position in between 3 positions. So what do I mean by that? This is woo. This is woo. The reason why I like woo, we've had a golden cross here, tick. Had a golden cross there, tick. That's good. That's strong. So we've had a golden cross. The next thing that we've got is a pullback below the 20 daily moving average, and we haven't dropped the 50 period moving average. We're testing this previous support after we'd had the breakout. So how would I play this? How would I play this? I'd have one entry here, 0.2653. Then I'd have another entry down here at this low, 0.1967. And then I'd have another entry at this low here, 0.152. Now, if this gets hit, number one, which is pretty much there now, if this gets hit and then Woo Network flies to the moon, what would I do with this amount and what would I do with this amount, guys? I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd cancel my limit orders. I'd be happy with the third that I'd put in there and I'd be running that because otherwise I'd be scaling my average up and I'd be scaling my average up. It's not what it's about. It's about scaling your average down and then scaling out of your position up rather than the other way around. So you don't want to be increasing your entry price. You always want to be decreasing your entry price. Next one that I like is Alluvium. You can see here, Alluvium's just about to have its golden cross. Just about to have its golden cross. This is the weekly. This is the daily now. So within the next few days, expect this to happen. Faster period moving average to move up, giving it a golden cross. As long as, and this is the condition, guys, as long as this candle remains above the 200 period moving average, you're going to get a golden cross in the next few days. If it drops below, potentially you're going to get a little bit more downside. So remember, guys, scaling your positions. If you've got $150 to enter, not financial advice, this is just an example, risk management technique. You're entering the market at $53.02. You put all your eggs in one basket at $53.02. The market pulls back to this support zone here, $43.05. Then it comes back to $43.05. Ultimately, you're in a loss because you put all your eggs in one basket. But if you'd scaled in here and you scaled in here, that would bring your average around about here. Then, if it pulled back even further to this low here, which is strong support, Is it a bad thing or is it a good thing? You get all your positions and you get to average around the middle. Then you know exactly you can scale out and scale out during the course of the bull run, knowing that you've got that entry at strong support. The last one that I'm looking at, guys, is Rune. And you can see that we'd had a golden cross on Rune further down here. You can see that we're putting in higher highs. We're putting in higher lows on Rune. We've got a trend line here to protect us. And if I was looking at an entry on Rune, I'd be splitting it exactly where price is now, $5.91. Then I'd have another level down here at this strong support, $5.02. $5 is going to act as a strong psychological support. Then, guys, I'd be all the way down here at this next support, $3.75. So if price pulled back all the way down to $3.75, and I average my price from here, then I'd be happy, guys. That means I've averaged my price. That means I've layered my position in rather than putting all of my eggs in one basket, knowing that if I was wrong, then my P&L would go down. I can't take advantage of any gains at lower prices. So, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if this did give you a call ahead. Let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, guys. I thought I'd get to 7,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I'm blessed that there's 7,485. I might as well go for 8,000 by the end of the year. So anybody that's not a subscriber that feels that this channel is going to be useful, do me a favor, guys. Hit the subscribe notification bell, and I'll see you very soon.